fucking hi.
Hey, it's Wednesday night. You know what that means? GoGameGo is live.
Hello. How's it going?
I was running a little late. I just got here like 4 minutes ago because I was watching this documentary about bingo.
Oh,
They followed these people around who were playing bingo at Delta Bingo. Some of our Canadian buddies might know that. So I looked it up, and there's like one in Maryland, one in Mississippi, and about 12 or 15 in Ontario, Canada. So
wait a
they're
minute.
all over the place.
What? It's bingo. And what is it that's in all those places?
It's a bingo hall. It's huge though.
Oh, okay.
And they also play
because I was gonna say they play that around here a lot at like the veteran halls and all that stuff.
It's like a big thing. They have like some of the jackpots are a few, like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. It was just interesting watching this. I always like documentaries about things that maybe I'm not really into, or something that's so niche that you didn't know existed. And I know bingo exists, but man, this is like a lifestyle for these guys. It's pretty interesting.
Well, let me tell you something, Jeff. This is number 2 today. I just said number 2. Let's just go with the second thing today that I heard about that is niche. Now it's it's not a surprise to you and I that people play bingo. We know that people sit around in these halls, but when you see a documentary about it and you start realizing that it's a little social, it's its own, what do I want to call it? Like you say, it's niche, but it creates its own society within it. Video games. You walk around and you meet these people at these different shows and you're like, whoa.
I mean, I'm not going to say everyone there knew each other, of course, but I mean, there are several people that, you're bound to know people eventually if you go there 3-4 times a week or more.
Right. And it's their life. That's what they do.
Yeah. Some of these people, that is what they do. There was a couple there and this guy, he got divorced and he met his future wife there at bingo, and they go there all the time. I was trying to figure
during their service, he goes, and when I met her there, I said, bingo. Yes. This is the one. It's too easy.
And do you take this man? Bingo. And then they had the little cards, like here at the church, at like church picnics or events. I don't know, when they've got like some kind of carnival going on, you'll see these little cardboard cards where they have like little windows you open up. It's a gambling thing.
Oh yeah.
And here it's called bingo. There they called it balls. I guess you can't call it bingo when you're playing bingo, so they have to call it something else. Balls.
You got balls? Oh, I got.
That's balls. What the lady is like pushing this little cart. It's on it. You need some balls, ma'am?
Oh man, you're in charge tonight because I had to use a link because my computer. So you're in charge of clicking on all the awesomeness over here. So what do we have?
I've been going through. We got Lance, PJ, Junebug, Kurt. I said PJ, Pierre, Intelligent Gamer, Casey.
Kurt's here.
CC Mental. Metal Torso. I'm at my parents for dinner saying hello. Well, Casey, while you're there, don't forget to tell your parents to like and subscribe. I'm sure they'd be thrilled.
As they're taking a bite. If I could just ask you to do something, Brooke, just you know what? You can even keep eating. Just put the food in your mouth, but pick up your phone and
Retro Bro. Good evening, Retro Bro. Thanks
That's
for being
some awesome artwork right there. I love that.
Yeah, that is good.
I've got to get some of those done in Photoshop with
I love bingo. Do you remember a few years ago there was a game show called Bingo Night in America?
I don't remember that.
People were playing bingo. I don't remember. It didn't last very long, but they had people playing bingo there, but then you could play bingo at home. They had like a home contest thing.
Oh,
So you could
wow.
play bingo. I thought it was a great idea.
So it's a little game show simulcast.
Yeah, basically.
Damn. Um, so
okay, I guess forget the sub. They're mad I'm listening. Well, tell them you're watching. Tell them you're watching Papa Pete. Don't tell them you're watching GoGameGo.
And then if they get really mad, just tell them they got to say, "Damn you, Papa Pete." Yeah, send us a video of that.
Hey, look, there's 2 Intellivision Running Men right there. Look at that. Casey's and my shirt.
Yeah, right. Oh, shoot. So bingo, you mentioned bingo. So that's like a, hey, niche thing. The other niche thing that I heard about today was foot fetish photos. So
I don't get those. I don't understand that.
I don't either. People pay for pictures of your feet.
I would pay pictures not to see someone's foot. I played meat bingo and won a bunch of meat from the butcher. That's pretty good.
That is really good.
That is pretty good.
That's a smart game right there.
Safer playing bingo at home. Those fire hall bingo games can get spicy. Those senior citizens. Yeah, it was really.
Did they have anything like that on there?
No, but the one guy that was with his wife,
Hmm.
he said, "I went out one day. Someone's going to come in here and just shoot the place up because people get pretty upset." Like, wow, over bingo, really?
Yeah, right.
It's not like, I mean, you either have the numbers or you don't. If the person next to you have it, they didn't do anything.
No,
there's not even any strategy other than just buying a lot of cards.
Right.
So you have to be a real mental case to get upset with somebody for winning and you're losing.
Yeah. It's like the the billionaire that can buy a crap ton of million, of lottery cards.
Yeah, if people want to buy your foot picks, I guess you might as well sell them, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. And here's the thing. What's the first thing? Okay, I don't really want to get into this, but I'm just going to ask this. This is where I want to end it. Well, I'm going to start it actually, but I don't want to continue too long. So if somebody says that to you, somebody says, "I sell pictures of my feet to fetish heads," what's the first? And you're like, "Whoa, really?" Okay. So let's just say your brain goes, "I would do that." But what's the first thought that goes through your head when if you were to go, "I might do that"?
I don't know.
Well, one of the thoughts I'm sure that goes through people's heads, which went through our heads, well, you're like, "I got ugly feet."
Oh yeah.
Or
maybe that's good. I don't know. I don't know
that's
what they're looking for.
That's exactly my point, Jeff. That's very good.
Sure what you're looking for in a foot.
Bingo. Because that's exactly what it's about. It's like, well, I have ugly feet, so I couldn't do it. And you're like, no. They say to me, no. If you don't even have to put like a moisturizer on your feet. If they're cracky, just put on there that's what they are, and somebody wants that.
I'm sure.
I got some banged up toes, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they might like that." I'm like, "Oh man, stop!"
I got the walking bingo, those pull tabs. Yeah, that's what they're calling balls in that documentary. Yeah, maybe someone likes corn or a bunion. Who knows?
Yeah, my other friend said I got a couple of blisters on my foot, and they're like, "Oh yeah, do it. Shoot that. Shoot that picture. Put it out there."
Yeah, bingo halls are vicious. They're better. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on there.
I want to see that. I want to see some senior citizen in a bingo hall going, "This shit is real."
First thing I think of is pedicure. But is that what they want to? Is that what they want to buy? I don't know.
Maybe they want one foot that's pedicured and one that's not.
True.
Or a before and after.
Hey, did you see? Speaking of ugly feet, did you see there's a new Godzilla movie coming out?
No, with ugly feet.
Well, Godzilla doesn't have the best looking feet.
He does not. Yeah, but somebody would love him. 10 to 1, there's somebody out there.
It's called Godzilla -1.
Wait, the movie is called Godzilla -1?
Yes, and it looks like an origin story. It looks like I wouldn't say a remake of the original, but it looks like they're just going back to, because it takes place right after World War II, which
Okay.
Godzilla took place in the 50s.
Yep.
And it was from the nuclear bombs. That's how he became Godzilla, I guess.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
going back to that, so I can't wait to see it. It's by Toho too, which did all the classic Godzilla movies.
Wow. Well, yeah. Jeez.
Topics like foot fetishes or jumping. That's why I switched to Godzilla. What was the latest one? I remember saw Shin Godzilla. Was it last year, year before? And then there was Godzilla versus King Kong.
Right. And then I just picked it up at the dollar store, was Godzilla King of Monsters.
Oh, I must have seen it. Which one was that?
That was the one with the girl number 11 from
Oh yeah, I saw
she was
that. They were on a boat.
Yeah, and it had that guy that was on that TV show First Edition. And he's been in a bunch of other stuff too. And then the woman from The Conjuring was in it. So it's still wrapped. I just put it into the. I thought personally, I thought I already had it, but I didn't. So I had the Godzilla movie before it with Bryan Cranston, right?
Yeah.
No, wait. Was Brian? Wait. Okay. Who was in the one? Brian was not in the one with Matt. Ferris Bueller. Right.
Yeah, I can't remember, but the Bryan Cranston one didn't it take place in San Francisco, like off the coast or something.
I think so.
And didn't the one with 11 that was on a boat, or they had a boat scene? Wasn't that Godzilla versus King Kong? Didn't they have Kong on a boat?
No, she may have still been in it, but Godzilla King of Monsters that's the one she was in, and then came the King Kong one.
There's a Famicom exclusive game where you play a huge foot and kick things out of the way. Well, if you can remember that name, JWD, I would love to play it.
JWD, is that when the foot fetish? Is that when it really kicked off? Oh.
Hold on, let me see here. Famicom foot game. So
where did your fetish start? Well, I was a Famicom fan, and there was a game, an exclusive game,
foot game.
Yeah, what the hell is it? It's called fetish. No, it's not. I bet it kicks ass.
Yeah, I typed in Famicom foot game. Nothing showed up, unfortunately.
Oh, did you put huge foot?
Okay, yeah, I thought they had Godzilla on a boat. Tied down, didn't they?
I don't know, but all I see is Andy Samberg and in a video with Godzilla. I'm on a boat. He and Godzilla and JT chilling out with Andy Samberg. I'm on a boat, bitches.
Oh man,
my tail's in a box. It don't get no better than that. Boy, we're on a freaking roll tonight. This is all we need is fetish talk and Godzilla. That's it.
Wait a minute. Godzilla was on the boat? I thought King Kong was on the boat. Maybe they're both on a boat.
They got a yacht. I got a yacht.
They were both in a canoe together, paddling.
Godzilla's boat's called Foot Fetish. King Kong, what would King Kong's be called? Banana Days? DAZE?
Now, I think, is it next year there's a new King Kong versus Godzilla coming out?
They're doing it again? This is like Rocky 2.
Well, I think originally it was supposed to be 2 in a row like that, and a Godzilla movie. Did Shin Godzilla come out here?
I think it did.
Was it called something else here? I can't remember.
Sounds familiar.
That was pretty good. That was better than the one before that.
Do you think? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, was the Bryan Cranston one? Was that where there was almost no monsters? It was like the very end. And is that where Godzilla opened that guy's mouth and just breathed fire down his throat?
No, I think that was King of Monsters.
King of Monsters. I can't remember.
Well,
King of Monsters was with 11.
Hold that thought. Let me see. I'll grab them.
I'm so confused. If you want to be more confused, go watch the Godzilla channel on Pluto.
Ooh, and for anybody who's interested, look what was right next to it. A little Chuck Norris. Good guys wear black. That was the best. That was a cool scene, man. He like jumps up in the air. Somebody's coming at him in a car. He jumps up and he goes right through the windshield and cocks him right in the head and breaks their neck. So anyway, I mean, I had to show that because, you know,
hold on.
In a fight with Godzilla and King Kong, Chuck Norris would win. So here's Godzilla, an epic showdown. So this one.
Wait, it's just called Godzilla and it's called an epic showdown? Who's he fighting?
I don't know. Himself. He's learning to love.
He ran into a big mirror and got confused. Started fighting himself.
Oh, it's on. It's like 2 minutes of the movie right at the end.
Miss here.
Smash. Well, that was easy.
Miss So's here making dinner.
Hi, Miss So. What are we making tonight? I'm sorry if that I shouldn't ask, I suppose, you know, but
how dare you?
I do. I love to know.
What? Here.
So this has Aaron Taylor Johnson, Ken Watanabe, Elizabeth Olsen. Oh, it's got Wanda in it. Juliette Binoche, Sally Hawkins, and David Stratton. Why do they do that like this? Does anybody know why they stretch all the letters like that?
I don't
know. If you look at it like this, it's better.
It's crazy.
But why? Good Lord.
I guess we're trying to cram it in. I don't know.
And Bryan Cranston. There you go. Finally, he's right at the end.
Yeah. B. Arthur as Godzilla.
Now, there's a hell of a duel. Either B. Arthur versus Godzilla or B. Arthur versus Chuck Norris. What's going to happen there? That's my question.
So I watched a couple of Godzilla movies on Pluto.
Okay.
And I got to say, I really do like the old ones with the guys in the Godzilla suit. I think there's something cool about them.
Yeah. I mean, that's, yeah. I mean, it's nostalgic. It's like, it's what you had. You know, it's like, you know, and I think part of it is it's close to what we could do. I mean, we could make a Godzilla suit and walk around, you know.
The good thing is you can have more Godzilla fighting in that. I'm sure that the Godzilla fighting scenes aren't in the movies that much today because they're probably really expensive to make.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
That's what I want to see the most.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I don't need in a Godzilla film? A love story.
No, you don't. You don't need, it's not, I'm not there for that.
No. I just want to see monsters fighting.
See, I did it a little differently. See, I made the love story happen outside of the movie. I took my wife when we were dating to a Godzilla movie. It was like our first date. And there was Ironsides. And it's Godzilla 1986, man.
Ironsides.
She loves me for that. I mean, let's put it this way. Then she wanted to go and see, what was the movie? What was it? Had what the hell? It had Richard Gere in it. And it turned out badly. He died in the end. And it was supposed to be this romantic film, and he dies. And she's all, and I'm like, this is not what I wanted. I thought this would be a
I remember
romantic
Godzilla Jr. I remember because Godzilla breathed fire, and Junior would try to do it, and like a little puff of like ring smoke came out.
And you know what? That's all we ever wanted.
Where was Mrs. Godzilla? Was she in there? I don't remember.
When I was hanging with my friends and they were smoking cigarettes, and I'm like, yeah, give me one. And after I get done with and you learn how not to, then you do this and you go. So we were trying to make smoke rings, and all he could do was make smoke rings, and he was mad about it. We were like, oh, there's one. And then you got it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
You guys, I was having a conversation with someone today in the direction of your relationship. I didn't have to get into names because it doesn't mean anything to the person who I was telling the story, but you were one of two couples that I was talking about today when I was talking with my coworker today. Because I'm like, they became friends and just hung out. Because I was telling what I told my kids. I'm like,
yeah, that's why we couldn't come up with a first date, because we were just friends going out, and then
right.
I don't know what you call a date, first date.
Yeah, right. When it switched over, and you'd go, oh, this is our first date.
Yeah,
because we've been hanging out for years.
I think CC Mental's just feels so lucky just to have me anyway. First date's all I do.
I know everybody on this list over here or over there. It's over there. I'll get this one of these days. It's
calling Rich.
I mean, I'll take the Rich class. Pointing on YouTube 101. First of all, anything that's over there, point over there. Yeah, it's all the opposite. So anyway, yeah, King of Monsters, and its type is even smaller. So I don't even know why they put all this information on the back like this. I can't read it. It's just a big blur. But that's why I have the lamp, I suppose.
Hey, StashNet made it.
StashNet, she's back.
StashNet.
So, yeah, I was just wondering. We should do a deep dive into those movies. I'd love to watch them all.
Oh my God, there's so many of them.
There are.
Basically, now when I turn on Pluto, I kind of just, whatever's on, I'll go and save it so I can just watch that later.
Mm-hmm.
Although you can just get on there and just watch it all day long if you want.
Yeah.
But there's so many I haven't seen. I kind of like to just actually sit and watch.
I would too. Yeah, I can't. I just can't. That's one of the reasons I can't wait for. Oh wait, Hachi with Richard Gere is a tearjerker.
I don't know what that is.
Based on a true story of it. Oh yeah. Okay. Nope. So the owner died, and the dog lived. So well, maybe that. No, that's not nice to say. That's not nice. I sensed trouble and swooped right in.
Swoop. Hey, Papa Pete's here.
A Papa Pete.
I know Papa Pete's getting ready to head out of town, so.
Oh,
he's got.
That's right. He's going out to the West Coast.
Cool. What? Oh no, he's doing a flea market with his 64-bit.
Oh man,
so I
want to do that.
That thing is huge. It looks like it takes you. It looks bigger than Six Flags. It looks like it'd take you like all day just to see all the booths. But I think it is several days.
Wow. Is it near? I guess it's near his house, I suppose, right?
Yeah. I think it's a bit of a drive, but it's
yeah. But it's like a one-day affair. You just go there and then you go home.
Well, I think they're going to be there for. I think the flea market's like 3 days.
Oh well, then okay.
It's a big one. I mean, it's huge.
Wow.
I think his son is running it, so that's.
This one down, Jeff. It's
really
Famicom exclusive that plays like Beam Rider.
Right. Holy smokes, JWD.
It's called Gaimos.
Oh, I gotta check that out. Famicom, but this is not the foot game, right?
I was thinking that is.
I don't know. Is this the foot game too, JWD?
Pete says he's got most of his stuff ready. He's headed out at noon tomorrow. Wow. Do they still? Thank you, CC Mental. That's what I keep wondering, because when
that's our big flea market, right?
I went to it with a coworker of mine. She took me with her. And you want to know the weird part? they had the big Peevely one, but then on the side of the road, they had a small one. So we stopped by there, and there's all this random tractor stuff sitting around. And right in the middle is this beautiful brown-haired woman sitting in a chair with a jacket because it was chilly. And she's just out there sitting
at the small flea market.
Mm-hmm. At the small one. And I go, Lisa, what are you doing here? She was this beautiful girl who was she was a class below me in high school and was the cousin of a good buddy of mine. I'm like, what are you doing here? She's like, oh, this is my husband's stuff. We have all this stuff and we're just selling some of the other old farm gear. I'm like, oh my God. She's like this princess in the midst of all this tractor shit.
Hey, if you ever... Oh, never mind. I'm thinking Prairie Farms, not Peevely. I think Peevely is I think that's the biggest flea market anywhere in this area, right?
I would, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not in St. Louis. It's out a little bit, but
it's south. Yeah, it's down off of 55.
I think it's the closest big flea market anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, 400 vendors, 100 miles away. Set up on Thursday, 8 to 8.
Friday, well, yeah, because he's going there to do it, not necessarily.
Yeah, 8 to 8 on Friday and Saturday, then 8 to 3 on Sunday. Man, you're going to be. I'll just home to sleep on Monday. Yeah, at least. Wow,
at least absolutely.
Pete's got a booth. He's selling stuff. Just think, if you were there, you could buy something from Papa Pete.
Well, that's what I'm like. Tell me what you got. You
could own a copy of Papa Pete's Combat for Atari 2600.
There you go. I think I got it. But yeah.
It is not the foot game.
Okay. So, all right.
B. Arthur versus Godzilla. I'd rather see B. Arthur versus God.
Oh.
Live on pay-per-view. That would be good. In a steel cage match.
You know, I was just talking with a woman yesterday and at work, and she mentioned that we got to talk about movies. And I said, what kind of movies do you like? And she goes, yeah, I like, I don't like this kind of movie. She's like, I really don't like movies with violence. I just can't handle it. So then she says, like, we had a former student, she said, in her career somewhere along the line, who got into like MMA. And she said, we rented it for the television. You know, we got popcorn, we got everything ready. And we watched, I watched it for like not even a full minute or so. She goes, I got just a short bit in and he's getting smacked. And I'm like, I can't even watch it. So she rented it for the television, got everything set up, and then she couldn't even watch it.
Well, I think it'd be kind of rough to watch somebody getting
it would. It would. I had another coworker whose son does that.
Here's Papa Pete with his goals. He just has to try to sell more than he buys while at the flea market.
Lots of luck with that, Pete.
Pete, how are you going to have time to go around buying? Is someone going to be watching your games for you while you go around? Because it'd be tough.
Yeah, is your son going? Or
yeah, he's going to be there. He's running it. I believe.
So I would assume. Yeah, I don't know. Battle jockey horse racing.
Assault other like road rash.
Right.
All right, I gotta write that down, JWD.
Battle jockey horse. I said horsey racing. Mm-hmm. Oh, what was the game on the that I saw? Is it on that Taito cart that I just got? Oh yeah, Jeff, I gotta pop by your place and drop off your Jetsons movie.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. What is the Wild Western? I'm really excited about that. I used to play that game. You know what? I'm going to open this up while we're
Wild
chatting.
Western. I don't know if that will be.
You don't remember Wild Western?
No, I remember Wild Wild West.
Isn't Wild Western the one with? Isn't that the train? All I know is I can't wait to play Frontline and Elevator Action and Wild Western.
Oh, 64 bits. They're set up, I think, next to Pete, so they'll take turns.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
Pete, are you the big celebrity guest there?
Do you do any podcasts from there?
I don't
Or
think
do
so,
you
but
just record stuff and bring
I
it
think
back?
he did this last year, I believe. He recorded some stuff, made a video or two.
Wow. I'm
That'll be
excited
cool.
for that.
I like watching videos from flea markets.
Me too. Me too.
I never find anything good.
Me too. Well, okay. I can't really say that. I don't go enough.
I'll go and I'll just see a bunch of the same old sports games for every system possible. And someone else will go to a flea market and they'll, I found a Neo Geo for $20. I'm like, what?
I am waiting for the day when all the EA sports games become really rare and nobody has them. And they're like $200 each. Because I don't know. Yeah.
Well, that's what I bought mostly on Genesis. I bought those sports games, man. I loved NHL. I loved Madden. What else did I buy sports wise? I don't know. Those are the two main ones I kept getting like year after year.
Yeah, look at this. Here's the manual for the title milestones. Look, it's a Manuel. They have Quicks and Space Seeker.
I'm not familiar with Space Seeker.
I'm not either. Alpine Ski, Frontline. You know, what's really weird, though, is when I look at this and all of the buttons that you use on these, like Frontline, right? It's like, wow. I'm like, seriously? I wouldn't even have thought you had that many. I think on the machine,
usually they just got like 2 or 3 buttons.
Yeah, I'm like, the machine just had a couple buttons, didn't it? Or
especially tight. I mean, back then, you're probably talking early to mid 80s.
Right. Wild Western and
Jack and Pop.
Yep.
Michael Hayes, what's going on?
There it is. My fave, Elevator Action.
That's a good game.
And the Fairyland Story. I'm not familiar with that.
Neither am I. I'm not sure what that
Alley's Comet and Ninja Warriors. So, yeah, eager to get that put in. In fact, I may just do it now while we're chatting. Because my city is right here. So anyway. Yeah, I don't... last time I was at the Peevely Flea Market, obviously, was way back when. And I went there with my friend, and I did find a few things, but I guess the other flea market, they have a flea market in Florida, too, where we go. And I guess actually that time we were like up further north near Clearwater and Tampa, and they had one there. And I found a Judas Priest CDs, and I think that's where I found a copy of The Killing Machine. They had, because the Hellbent for Leather was originally called The Killing Machine.
Oh, you know what?
It's a love song.
I was asking Chuck this question. Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard of a band from the 70s called Death?
I mean, it seems like I have.
This is so interesting. So these it was like 3 kids. I think there were 3 brothers.
Okay.
They started a band. Yeah, I guess they started around 73 or so.
Okay.
Well, anyway, they ended up making punk music. They were writing their own stuff. Talking Detroit around 73, 74, punk music, which is really interesting. It's not exactly the first place you think of at that era, anyway, because I mean, I think Motown was still the king. But it's so interesting. And then they got a record deal, and they recorded some songs. They recorded 7 songs. They didn't quite finish the album when the record company said, "Oh, by the way, we need you to change your name."
Oh no!
And the guy, the seems like of the 3 brothers, seems like one of them was kind of running the show. And well, anyway, I think they all agreed. They're like, "Nope, we're not changing our name." And so they just took the deal away.
Oh wow!
And it was kind of funny because it's kind of like the most punk thing ever. Like, do you want to make money? Change your name? And they're like, "Nope, we're just not going to do it."
I mean, you know, you've heard me talk about Sex Pistols. I mean, I'm like, you know, they're like fuck this, fuck that, fuck everything. And then, but who do they need? They need to sign up with the man to get the job done. So it's really ridiculous. You know, if you've got a record company, if you're like, just screw everybody, and on the back of your record, it has a record company, EMI. I mean, I realize they have a song called EMI where they bitch about EMI, but you're like, oh, come on. You know, that's just corporate bullshit to sell more albums. You know, that's just, you know, it's
But here's
silly.
it's really interesting thing. So they got the record deal pulled, and I guess that was it. I don't think they ever did anything after that. And then in 2009, I don't know who found it. I don't know if somebody at the record company, like family member, maybe they had old tapes, or
Yeah.
I don't know how it happened, but their album they recorded, at least those 7 songs, surfaced and got put out on a record or CD or whatever at the time.
Yeah.
And people loved it. Like, people in the punk music loved it, because you're talking punk music from 1975. These guys would have been like at the beginning.
Yeah.
For a lot of stuff, especially the stuff I heard, it was pretty darn good. And it's just so weird. It's like, what would have changed in punk music history if these guys came out?
Yeah.
And what's interesting too is these brothers, they were black, which you don't see many black people playing punk, especially not in the 1970s. And he said people kept telling him, why don't you play, like, people in the neighborhood there, because they were laughing. They said they were aggravating the whole neighborhood because they're playing crazy music at the time. Like, why don't you play, you know, some normal stuff?
Well, I mean,
but that's
yeah,
what they like to do, so they did it. And it's just weird. But now, I mean, of course, to a smaller extent, they're well, I think the kind of the leader, the brother who was the guy kind of run the show, he unfortunately died. I'm not sure when. I don't know if he died before or after their music came out, and then they got, you know, they got some notoriety. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you guys you're amazing," especially for the time. It's kind of crazy. So
yeah,
that's really neat.
wow.
It reminded me of that. Remember Searching for Sugar Man? Is that the name?
Yes. Yeah. I own it. Yeah.
The guy did like 3 albums here in the States, and it just didn't do anything. So he just gave up and went into construction. It was working for decades. Meanwhile, over in South Africa, someone heard one of his songs, took it over there on a tape, played it on the radio, and then people wanted to hear more. They loved it. And he's like this big star over there.
Well, and because it helped with it kind of helped with the social reconstruction of South Africa, where they were down and, you know, oppressed, and this music really helped to bring hope to society. And he had no, like you said, he had no clue.
If I remember right, I think when someone told him, I think he thought it was a joke. I don't even think he believed him at first. I mean, who would?
Yeah.
It's like a whole different, like an alternate universe. It's like, wait a minute, nobody liked my music.
Nope.
Even though like the critics loved it, but nobody bought it. And so what, now you're telling me there's people in some country, you know, far away that they love my stuff. It's like, it just seems so crazy.
That's when
and then he went there and he played like several sold out concerts, and God, I think he just gave his money away to his kids. I don't even think he kept it, if I remember.
No,
right.
I don't think so. I think he was wanting to just stay in that old house that was that shithole. You know, you're like, geez, whiz.
That had to be the greatest thing ever, though. He went from thinking, I mean, he actually got out of the business because he thought nobody liked his stuff. And then,
not only that, he was getting screwed. People were taking those tapes and they were printing their own albums, and he wasn't getting royalties for it.
You're right.
You know, so all those albums that somebody took to those other countries and he was selling there, he didn't make shit off of that because somebody screwed him out of it. So it was really, it's you want to say it's terrible, but you know what? It just goes to show that you can make a mark, and you don't have to worry about being rich and famous. You don't have to worry about being everything to everybody, because that's a lie. You can't be everything to everybody. Nobody is built for that. So affect those you can affect. And look what it did. And he, like you said, thankfully that happened. He got over there, he played, and it at least had some huge closure to the whole situation.
That had to be the greatest feeling of all time.
It must have just been amazing.
I think it was like 70, 80,000 people just stadium and going crazy over him. And I mean, in the documentary, when they first started playing his music in South Africa, they were looking him up, and they found out, at least they thought they found out, that he was dead.
Yes.
He was killed on stage or something with a story.
There was multiple stories.
So they just assumed he was dead until finally somebody actually, I guess, checked the story and found out, wait a minute, this isn't a real story. So they tried to find him.
And they were extreme stories too.
Yes.
Like, I always heard that he was doing a performance on stage, put down his guitar, pulled out a gun, and shot himself on stage.
Yes,
You're like,
that was it.
What? Who started that one? You know, you're like, damn. I'm like, that's pretty brutal.
But,
so
I mean, that's one of those movies, like, you feel so good, you feel so happy for the guy, because to actually quit the business because he didn't think anyone liked them, and he turns out that lots of people like them.
Right. Millions.
Thankfully, he lived to find out. That would have been kind of sad if.
Yeah. And like I say, it was like a social rebel. His music was at the heart of a social revolution.
Wasn't he recording like in the 70s, early mid 70s? Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then when did that happen in South Africa? In the 90s or?
I think so.
90s, maybe?
90s, early 2000s.
I think at least 20, 25 years had passed.
Yeah, because that movie came out not long ago. I mean,
crazy.
You know, I picked up I don't know where I picked up a copy. I think I picked one up cheap, or I ordered it. I don't remember. I just remember being happy that I found it, because it was a great film. I'm sorry that there's a spoiler in there. Sorry, but you know, it was just weird. I was like all sad. I'm like, oh, this guy's dead.
Well, the spoiler was in, like, I don't know what I watched it on, but in the description it told you the whole story. Really, it was. Mm-hmm. So I read it, so I knew exactly what was going to happen. But still, you're watching, and it's just like it's not computing in my head. How's this even possible?
Yeah, right. But for me, I didn't read any synopsis of the film, and I'm like, oh shit, he's dead. Wait, whoa, wait. So JW is saying this one you may really like, Jeff. Do Lucky.
It's a Barnyard Animals baseball game.
Oh, he would love that.
Oh, it's a sequel to Dusty Diamonds from
NES.
Barnyard Animal Baseball Game. Well, there's one thing I like. It's Barnyard Animal Baseball Games. I already wrote that down, JWD. I'm going to check that out. I cannot wait.
What about like the Barnyard Animals from that Garfield Barnyard show? What was that called? Do you remember that? With the sheep?
Something Acres.
Yeah.
Because that was by Jim Davis, the same guy. Okay. I don't know Wentzville. Oh, it's closer than Peevely.
Let's go. Can we go?
Sunday, rain or shine.
You want to go?
I don't know.
CC Mental, tell me if we can go. Remember the three little boys who made a metal album? They were called Old Skull. No. And they had a hit single in the 80s called Ronald Reagan. Now I got to write that down.
Yeah, I got to write this down. JWD, you're full of information tonight.
That's better than me. I'm full of shit.
Old Skull.
So JW, I don't know if you saw the video I just had on the live that I did the other night. I was talking about Skyhooks. Have you heard them? They're from, now here's the weird thing. My son just went to Melbourne. US Acres. Thank you, Michael. Bo the Sheep. That's right. Is Star Trek V The Rise of Sky? Yes, it is. However, it's not as bad as.
That's with the whales, right?
No, that's the one after. It's the one that was directed by Shatner.
No, wait a minute.
It's just bad.
Wait a minute. I saw Star Trek 5. I liked it. What was the premise?
It's the one where they start with Spock is rock climbing, and then they find out that
Kirk is
Shatner's
rock climbing, and then Spock zooms in on his little hover.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. Right. And he gets thrown in a prison with Iman, that model actress.
I don't remember that part.
She's a shape changer. And he gets thrown in a prison. No, you're not, Stuart. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you. I guess I'm not full of shit. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not.
4 is with the whale. I don't even. Wait a minute. I just watched Star Trek 5. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. It just was not good. It was very yeah, Pete liked it. I knew Pete would like it. Yeah.
Oh, The Final Frontier.
As good as the others, but good. You're messed up, Stu. Prison is in 6. Oh, so no, is it? Okay. So I liked 6. No. Is it 6? Okay. The Undiscovered Country, and that
Star Trek 5. That's the one where Spock's brother is in it, and they have to go to that like forbidden planet or hidden planet at the center of the universe, and they meet what supposedly is God.
I am way off base. I don't know. Star Trek 6, I remember because I have it. I didn't buy 5 because I didn't like it. I think I have Star Trek 6 on Laserdisc. That's the one with Christopher. That was the whole, the whole mystery thing, where it was a murder mystery.
I've seen like the 3 of the 4 Next Generation. I didn't see the first one. I hadn't seen any of the original one, so I've gotten through 5. I got one more to go. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm like Pete. I liked them all so far.
Yeah, 5 was the and again. It's not. How do I want to put it? I don't want to disappoint all those people who probably think it's disastrous, but it was just not up to par. Let's just put it that way. 5 is just not at the par. It may not be. That's why I say it's really not in league with Rise of Shitwalker. But you know. And thank you, Pete. I am messed up. Thanks for noticing. Only Star Trek I ever repeatedly viewed was Wrath of Khan. Right, JW, I hear you. Yeah. Never seen those movies? You should watch them. Especially 2 through 4. That's a great run.
I was looking this up because Kirstie Alley was in Wrath of Khan.
That is right.
And her character was in Star Trek 3.
Right.
She didn't return. And so I was reading why.
Yeah, why?
And she said they lowballed her.
Oh, shit.
She said they actually offered her less money for 3 than they did 2.
Whoa!
So she told them to go take a hike, which I thought was a gutsy move because I don't believe Kirstie Alley was a star yet. I think that was her first break. It would be really hard to turn down. Right? Huh?
Then she did Runaway in there with Tom Selleck. She was in that.
I don't know, but I just thought it was like, wow, how do you turn down Star Trek 3, even if they'll offer you less money when you're starting your career out? But man, she had the balls to do it.
Well, yeah,
like, no way, I'm not taking less money.
Why the hell would you do that?
I don't know why they offer less money. I mean, that's just weird.
Yeah, it is. And then unless they wanted her gone, I don't know. I mean,
the person they replaced her with wasn't anything special.
No, she was relatively bland.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, at least Kirstie had a little bite to the character, without going overboard and not being Klingon-y, Klingon-y? Klingian. Klingonian. But yeah, the 6th one is the one where the cloaked bird of prey sets up Enterprise when killing the ambassadors, and Kirk goes on. Goes to prison. Okay, so that's where he met Iman in the prison. That's when he got
I want
sent
to
there.
watch that and then the first Next Generation one this weekend. So I've seen most of the rest of the movies. I've seen 3 of the 4 Next Generation, and I think there's been 3 of the new one. I think I've seen, I don't know, I've seen at least 1, maybe 2 of those.
So did you see Generations where it's the crossover?
No, that's the first Next Generation, right?
Right,
I didn't
because
see that one.
Kirk is in that one, Malcolm McDowell's in that one, and Picard.
And yeah, then I just saw there's a 4th one coming out of the new group.
Yeah,
I assume they're all in there.
I liked the first one, but I wasn't super impressed with the other 2. They got less interesting as they went. I thought that the second one was a little too long, and then the third one just seemed a little hokey. I'd rather watch D&D. If I'm going to watch a Chris Pine movie that's newer, I would rather watch the new Dungeons and Dragons movie that came out.
Oh, that's out on something. Is it Paramount Plus?
I would think so. I think that's probably right.
Jeff has seen more Star Trek movies than episodes of Frasier. That is true. I've seen at least, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've seen at least either 9 or 10 Star Wars or Star Trek movies, but 2 episodes of Frasier.
That's.
I think I figured it out after 2 episodes. I got it.
The final new one is Nemesis, which I just got a copy of that. In the Big Bang, the second thing wrong with it is that I was watching Star Trek Nemesis.
Remember Big Bang Theory and they had Spock's son on? He was doing
oh wow.
He was doing a documentary, which actually was a real documentary, but it was
yes.
So and they were interviewing
yes, because I have that movie.
What's it called?
It's called Search of Spock.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I own it.
I remember when I was reading some story about Leonard Nimoy that I guess his fame from Star Trek caught him off guard because when it came out, it was popular enough that people were coming by his house because he was actually in the phone book at the time. You could just look up Leonard Nimoy. You could go right to his house.
I got it. Here I come.
Spock was such a great character.
Absolutely. And so, I mean, just, for a character like that, and I think that's really what made such a great character of Data too. When you had Spiner playing Data, it was just as a character that's a little out of the norm. It's a little irregular, but an amazing character and just well played. Maybe not all the way through because, they had to do that for a long time, much longer than, Nimoy did it through the movies too.
Look at this. There's a new movie at theaters in 2 weeks called Slother.
Slother
About a killer sloth. It says, "Prepare to die slowly, even if it takes all day."
All day.
As soon as I saw Killer Sloth, I was like, well, how does this thing catch anybody?
Off guard.
Yeah, off guard.
It would okay, they're pulling in. I'll start swinging now.
Yeah, Lance, when I see Data, all I think of is Bob Wheeler from Night Court. Bob and June Wheeler. By the way, Star Trek is what got rid of Bob and June Wheeler off of Night Court. They bought the newsstand, in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
At the end of season 6 or 7 or something, and the next season they were going to be regulars because they were always going to be there at the newsstand. But in between seasons, Spiner got offered the job offered the position of Data for Star Trek. And of course, he takes it.
Right.
And that left poor June Wheeler out in the cold. God, can you imagine that? He goes on, has a great. I've never seen her again. I'm guessing she's done stuff. I just never seen her.
Like the Olympics, gold medal, and never heard of them.
I'm guessing it preys on stoners and
Okay.
and people that have fallen and can't get up.
Oh man, no, I haven't yet. No, I just gotta find the right moment.
No, new Night Court got renewed for a second season.
Okay.
I don't think I finished watching. I gotta go back and
yeah,
I think I must have missed a couple episodes there towards the end.
that's kind of nice. So you can just go through and.
Well, I can just watch it on Peacock now, but it was hard watching it live because I don't have live channels. I just have to go to the antenna stuff, and the antenna I have is kind of crappy. And
not the Pete best, sent us a photo. What is the photo Pete sent us? Let me get back to this too. Oh, he's got all of the movies there. He's got all the special editions. I have a few of those. The silver double disc sets, and they were like thick
nice
cases too. They're not quite a double DVD. It's like a 1.5 width DVD case.
Very nice.
Yeah. He's got the first one there. I don't have that one. Okay, so the Final Frontier is the number 5. Do those all have the French on them as well? We need Pete to come on the show and say all these in French. First Contact. I liked Insurrection. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, Lance says that Night Court season 1 ends on a cliffhanger and a cameo. All right, now you definitely have to go back and watch it.
Oh yeah. What I started saying earlier, I better get back to that because all of a sudden I'm going to watch this show later and go, oh, I never did talk about that. So my son goes to Melbourne, Australia. So now he's been back for a while, but I go up to Chicago, Evanston this past weekend, and I was doing a little bit of vinyl shopping and CD and DVD shopping, which is where I found the Jetsons for Jeff.
Jetsons.
So I found it a nice price on it, and so I sent him a picture. I go, "Would you like this?" I said, "It's on me," because I'm a cheap son of a bitch. So I find this. It's Hard by The Who, which is one of mine that's been missing. But then also I see the Slade album. Get your hands off my power supply, or keep your hands off my power supply. And so in looking at the S's right there by Slade, which was in bad shape, so I didn't buy it, I see this Skyhooks. Ego is not a bad word. It's not a dirty word is what it's called. And I looked at that cover. I go, now wait a minute. And I got a hold of my buddy, Bob. And I said, didn't you used to have this record? He goes, yeah. He goes, my sister had it actually. And she had the stateside version. He said 5 years ago, he got the Aussie version. So I did a little deep diving into those guys. And not only did I find out that they were from Melbourne, of all places in Australia, but they did Women in Uniform, which was covered by Iron Maiden. Pretty wild back in the Paul Di'Anno days. But then today, I looked at an old email that I'd gotten on my Hammer Away account. And now I got to get a hold of these guys and say, would you like to come on the show? Because there's a band on there called, what's it called? Wicked Smile. So if you're into some good hard rock, metalish music, check out Wicked Smile. Their first album is on Spotify, came out in 2021, and they sent me an email. So I got to get back to them and talk to them. But they're from Melbourne. I'm like, oh my God, what it is about Melbourne all of a sudden? It's everybody's from Melbourne.
Yeah, have you ever heard of Harder House?
What's that?
Oh, JWD is asking, is Harder House like a big Missouri grocery store? I've never heard of it. I just looked it up, and yeah, it is in Missouri.
Where?
But the closest one is St. Louis, is 3 hours away in the Ozarks.
In the Ozarks.
And I look, there's several locations. I don't know if it's a big chain or not, but they're nowhere near us. Looks like they're more south Missouri.
I wonder if I've heard of that. That sounds familiar now.
I've never even, I've traveled all over St. Louis or it's all over Missouri. I've never even heard of them. Never ran into them.
It
I've
seems
run
to
into
me,
Piggly Wigglies.
yeah. Well, yeah, Piggly Wigglies. I remember I have some friends who go to the Ozarks periodically every year. You know, they got a place down there and at the, you know, and stuff. So I think one of them may have said something about it one time. It's good news, Jeff, with this damn SAG actors strike. I thought New Night Court would suffer. Yeah.
I completely forgot there was a strike going on.
I know, right? It's kind of weird. That's a good point.
I don't really watch much. I guess it's
Still going on. Started in early May. Will delay new episodes and movie productions. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I don't know that Wicked Smile is a glam band. I don't know that they are. If you like glam bands, check out Wigwam, and also check out another band that's been around for a long time called Kissin' Dynamite. They have a lot of good stuff. The earlier stuff is good. In the Name of the Iron Fist is my favorite song. My friend lives in Branson, says they have Kroger's. Yep. Don't have Kroger's, just Harder House. We don't have Kroger here either.
Do we have Kroger anywhere in Missouri?
I think we
growing up, we had a Kroger's here. Several of them.
Yep.
When I was a kid, but then they moved out.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, when I was a kid, they left, so I just figured, they're out of business. But then it was like traveling around, it's like, Kroger's is all over the place.
Yeah, I got a Kroger card.
I'll tell you what, we went on vacation one year and forgot where we were at, but usually we get like, a condo. We'll go out to eat sometimes, but we also, if we're gone for a week, we'll go grocery shopping and buy a bunch of stuff and cook there since it has a kitchen and everything.
Yeah.
Now, I actually got a Piggly Wiggly card because it was actually cheaper to go ahead and then the card's free. We just got the card and then did our shopping. And I don't know why I like grocery shopping on vacation. I can't explain.
I do too.
I just like seeing other grocery stores. I don't know why.
Yes. Well, and sometimes you want to take notes. You find those grocery stores in other towns. Like my nephew lives in just outside of Lewisburg, Kansas City, over in Kansas. And so he's got a home that's in a rural spot, and it's only a few minutes from in town there at Lewisburg. So then I went in there and went to their Price Chopper. I'm like, Price Chopper? That doesn't have a great name here in St. Louis. We
don't have any, do we anymore? I know we did.
I don't think so.
We did the 90s.
Didn't we used to do Price Chopper ads?
I think so. They were what are we going to call it? It was like a cheaper store.
Yes.
They would sell more off brands and everything was a lot cheaper.
Yeah. You didn't want to buy your meat there. So, but I go there. It's a Price Chopper. It's a very nice store. It's very hometowny. It's very, well, because it's a rural town. So, but it's just welcoming. It's warm. And I went back and they had like a 3-foot long section of Kerrygold butter. And I'm like, wow, they got like all this stuff. And I just love the little things that you find in these places. And sometimes even the liquor section, you find some cool beers, craft beers or whatever, because these people are smart enough to buy some cool shit that's not the reg, and
got a really bad case of Kroger's. I can't even sit on the toilet some days.
You shouldn't watch so much Rise of Skywalker. That's the problem. You watch that and it's going to mess you up. What's up, Kurt? Brother-in-law have a Lake Ozark house. I go, but not heard in the grocery store. Well, there you go. See, now you got a mission for them.
There's still some Kroger's left around St. Louis.
Really?
I haven't seen any since the 70s, I think, or early 80s, or whenever they left.
Yeah, I don't.
I wonder where they're at.
I don't know.
I'm about to find out. Thanks to Google.
I don't know. There was some. Can you? I can't scroll. Can I scroll up? I can scroll up, but I just can't select anything. Grim Reaper JW says maybe courting Tim Owens for a tour and an album. That would be really cool. Tim Ripper Owens is basically at the center of the reason that they made the movie Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg. It's loosely based on the Judas Priest situation where Rob Halford, being a gay lead vocalist, left the band and they found a guy that was doing a tribute band. And in that movie, it's Steel Dragon. And they find Mark Wahlberg, who's doing a tribute band based on one of their songs called Blood Pollution. And so that's based on Ripper Owens, who was in British Steel in Ohio, a tribute band to Priest. And they hired him to do 2 records. Technically he did 3 records. He did 2 studios and 1 live album. And real good guy. Great vocalist. He's worked with Iced Earth since then. I think he did an album with Yngwie. Did he do an Yngwie album too? So anyway, that's kind of neat.
There's a Kroger 33 minutes from my house. It's in Troy, Missouri.
Where?
Troy, Missouri.
Oh, in Troy, yeah.
It's like past Moscow Mills to Troy.
Yep. Yeah, we
there's
actually
3 of them listed here. It's kind of funny. I type in Kroger's and Ruler Foods pops up. I guess Kroger.
Yes, Ruler Foods is in connection with them, and there's one of those not far from me on the down over there on the Rock Road in like St. Anne area.
Interesting.
It's right there.
Ruler
It's
Foods
right by
in the city.
yeah, it's right by the middle school.
Yeah, things you learn, man. My air's getting a Buc-ee's. Actually, there's a Buc-ee's coming to Missouri for the first time. I heard they're opening in Springfield.
Oh, okay.
Because we have not Buc-ee's. What's the other one? Wally World.
Yeah, Wally's. Yeah,
Wally World. I'm thinking of.
I know, right?
Wally's is in what's it called? Fenton. It's not too far
Fenton.
away.
Yeah, it's there off of 44. Yeah, because I stopped by Wally's after I did a gig down at Fenton Bar and Grill.
You take notes. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, did you say you take notes at other grocery stores? Is that what the comment was from? I can just see it now. I'll say, I really like that.
No, I'm just saying. I started
Mental
saying something, but it would be a good idea though to take some notes at those stores that you find that you like that are in other places and bring them back and say, you know what, these guys have this. Why don't you have that? You know.
I know. We've been to Florida lots of times. We go to grocery stores there, and what's weird is the grocery stores I went to down there, their seafood section was terrible, and we went to like 3 different ones. I don't know why. They're in Florida, for God's sakes.
Right?
I was like, I got a better selection of fresh fish here.
Maybe they can't compete. I think you should have done that like this: fresh fish.
Fresh fish.
Again, he didn't do that a lot until the 3rd season. He must have done it once and somebody thought it was funny, and then he started doing that. He had that hand up by his, always doing this. Gilligan.
Ralph's is Kroger's? I've never heard of Ralph's.
Ralph's. Whoa, this is Hardee's is Carl's. Okay. Hellman's Mayonnaise, Best Food Mayonnaise. Kroger's, Ralph's. Okay. As long as Kroger's doesn't make it Ralph.
Stashing that.
Stu with a mini tape recording. So I'm reporting from. It'd be all overblown like this, and oh man, oh.
I really like what they've done with their bakery section here.
Sir, can I help you? No, it's okay. I got it.
Salvatore, where have you been?
We had Sab was on Chuck's show the other night. We were chatting back and forth.
You're lucky, Salvatore. We literally just came on the air 1 minute ago. We were just waiting for you.
Yeah, we held out.
Oh, wait a minute. That was at 8:06. It's 8:11. 5 minutes ago. I'm sorry.
We have more original names up here. Save Easy and Superstore.
Well, remember, we used to have, they're all out of business now because Schnucks bought them, but we remember Save a Lot.
Yeah, we had Save. No, you mean Save a Lot's still around. It's
wait a minute.
Good Lord. CC, what is it?
Because we had one right where we used to live. It was.
Yeah, and there was one, and they closed them. That's what pissed me off.
Schnucks bought them all up, and then they shut them down.
Shop and Save.
What did I say? Save a Lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shop and Save. Yeah, another great name.
But they're owned by the same people. That was the thing. Super Value owned both. Pretty much.
Yeah, I noticed that, Kurt. That Illinois has a bunch of them right across the river here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's one in my hometown. There's Kroger in my hometown. That's why I got the card, because I got tired of asking my family members, "Can I use your card?" I'm like, "Duh, just get your own card."
Yeah, Miss So, I just looked. Since we're right on the border with Illinois, there was quite a few Krogers right across the river.
Mm-hmm.
Are you, I don't know. Are you in Illinois, Miss So? I don't know what part. I'm guessing not Western Illinois, because that looks like where they're all at.
Yeah, I'm eager to know if she's anywhere nearby in Illinois, because I just popped over to Illinois today to grab my amp. I had my friend fixed my BA 500 Ampeg amp, and my friend was with me, who also lives in Illinois, and because I told her I was going over there, and she goes, "Well, I'll ride with you." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then I realized I almost ran out of gas. I'm driving back it was a quick run. It was 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back. So I was like, okay, I'll do that in my lunch hour. I'm driving back on the highway. Ding, ding. I'm like, uh-oh. So then, in my older van, it doesn't tell me how much longer I have. It just is a yellow light, right? And I've never gauged it, because I don't run low on gas on the reg. So I've never gauged it. So I'm driving to the gas station going, "Come on, people, let's go." I'm sitting at a light. "Let's go. Come on. I'm going to run out of gas. I don't want to run out of gas."
Didn't Pete says an open store called Place to Buy Stuff. Didn't
but you have to put Pete's in front of that. Pete's Place to Buy Stuff.
Pete's Place to Buy Stuff.
And you have to make the TO into a 2.
Parks and Rec. What was the name of the guy who ran Parks and Rec? Oh God, what's his name? Got the mustache.
Yeah, I have him up there.
Oh, what's his name?
Swanson.
Ron Swanson.
Ron Swanson.
What was I even talking about? Ron Swanson. What was I even bringing up? I don't even know why I brought that up.
You were talking about his store, Place to Buy Stuff.
On Parks and Rec, Ron Swanson used to shop at, I think it was called Meat and Stuff.
I think that's about right.
Wait, so Miss So, you said you're from Lake County. I put it in I wanted to see how far away you were from us. Look, it literally says on Google Maps, "Can't seem to find a way there."
Oh,
I've never seen that before in my entire life.
Oh my God.
Look,
can't seem to find a way there. Oh my Lord.
So we can't get there from here, Miss So.
We have no way to get there. You got a helicopter we can get there.
Oh, it's hilarious. There's no way to get there. I've never seen that before.
I'd love to see it say, "I can't find a way to get there. Suggest helicopter."
So you have a come and go there. Not in St. Louis, but there is some in Missouri.
In Columbia, yeah. I know that but I mean, what a name and what a way to spell it.
I also had a come and go card, because especially when we were going back and forth between Tulsa for a while, because those places are really nice now. I don't know if you've been to one lately. They're huge.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like porn and gas is all that just says to me. It's like foot fetish. Perpetual Flame and oh yeah, he did Perpetual Flame and Relentless. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Did they buy Funko stock? Is that the name of it?
I missed the 10. Oh, I don't know.
Kroger's and Albertsons. We do not have any of those around here at all.
No. The other thing that I'd like, they have
Hey, Back from the Dead's here. How's it going, Back?
Hey, good to see you.
Go away, Games. I like GameStop.
It's
a game store. I mean, if they all left, then we wouldn't have a whole lot here.
Right.
Yeah, Shop and Save. Man, I'm so far behind. Shop and Save.
Well, and he well, I said that earlier, yeah. But Blake actually lives right by where there was one. There actually was 2. There was one that used to be in the old drive-in theater on the Rock Road. And then Schnucks, bought them and shut that down. And now I think the Schnucks. So then there's one down the road too by Rittner High School.
Kroger's or Fred Meyer's? I didn't know that.
Interesting.
And QFC, I've never heard of that.
I've heard of that.
Kurt worked at Nationals. That's right. He
Oh,
did.
Nationals.
Yeah, as a kid, we had Nationals, Schnucks, and Deerbergs.
We had a Nationals by school where I went to school. There was one down in our
where I grew up. We had a Riverview Dairy. There was only a handful of those.
JWD had a review of Manscaped on Amazon. First use, it lives up to promise. Second use, not so much. Third use, bloodbath. Oh, damn. Yeah, you don't want a Manscaped, bloody Manscaped. You don't want that. I
told a story before. I had a Braun shaver, and they have those weird foil things. And I remember I wasn't. I'm talking about my dad was shaving with it. I heard him kind of yell out, and I went in there, and the thing, the foil broke in half. Oh, and that thing is sharp, and it just sliced his face. I'm like, what the hell? So I've never bought another Braun, just because I know it can happen. It may only happen once every 10 years, but I'm not buying one of those things.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that might. I don't want it to be my year.
You have a shocker shave in Maine, but they've been gone for. Oh, you had one. Okay.
Yeah. They shut them down.
Hannaford.
Just change names. A much more appealing name.
Is there any chance that the owner's name is Hannah Ford? Lake County, Illinois. Yep. There's no way to get there.
So Lake County, Illinois. Is that like? Oh, well, I should just look it up. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, we've had a few GameStops close here. The one by our old place is a really good one. It's huge. I think it's the biggest one in St. Louis. Papa Pete's Pierogies and Poutine Palace. I like that.
I don't know why that doesn't exist right now.
Aldi's
you're up there.
Okay. Aldi's, yeah, we got a lot of Aldi's here. I'll tell you what, though, they might be a budget grocery store, but we have found out through trial and error that they have the best meat here.
Really?
We used to get meat from Schnucks, and it just doesn't compare. Schnucks' meat is kind of old.
Interesting.
And it's kind of going bad when you first get it, where Aldi's, it's always been good. So at this point, we only get the meat from Aldi's because it's always been good. We've never had a problem. Yeah. I wouldn't have expected that, but that's how it went. Winn-Dixie, I've been in a Winn-Dixie. Aldi's is such an interesting thing because first of all, you got the whole thing of the grocery carts. You got to put in a quarter to get your cart. Yeah. And then like in the middle of the store towards the back, they just sell like random items. Kind of neat. Now in Germany, Aldi's, they have tokens. They don't use actual like currency coins. You got to put in a token. Oh. Next, the Wisconsin border. Hey, we were there a few years ago, Miss So. I don't know how we got there because Google says we can't get there from here, but we were close to that. Well, I just drove by it. Yeah, Google said you can't. Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry. I was in a fantasy land, I guess. I don't know. You were dreaming, buddy. We sell your stuff on eBay. That's okay. So, okay. Lake Fast Forest Eddie's. College? They have a college. Fast Eddie's is a great bar. Yeah. It's huge now. They've like doubled since when I was. Really? They got a whole nother section next to it. Can you still get a shrimp for a quarter? I don't know. I can't imagine. That was, I mean, what was that? In the early 90s? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're talking, I would think they would have raised by then. Yeah, me too. That's the place you have to be 21 to get in for some reason. Well, now wait a minute. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm transfixed now, Miss So. I just got to know where you can't get there. I'm telling you, Stu. This is so strange. Back from the Dead works in Lake County, Illinois. Oh, it's all the way northeast. So it's close to Chicago. Can't be too far away, right? Well, it's right there. It's in Chicago. If only we could get there. There's no way, though. Well, what I'm trying to figure out is why I can't seem to find
I'm looking at this map, and for whatever reason, I'm not really locking in on. It's right there off of Lakeshore Drive.
My brother lives in northern Illinois. Can he get to Misso? Because we can't.
Well, like northern Illinois, where?
Batavia?
Batavia.
Isn't that in Europe?
That's what I was thinking.
That's a European country. Don't try to fool us, man.
Well, maybe there was one over there, and they came here, and should we call it New Batavia? No, the hell with it. They don't have a Batavia here. We're Batavia here.
So Misso and back from dead. Is there a Six Flags right there in Lake County?
No.
Funko Land. That's what I was thinking of. JWD. I used to like Funko Land. Pouring gas would be a good name for a gas station. Yeah, it would.
Yeah, it would. Funko Land. Yeah.
Fast Eddie's.
Okay. I had it, and now I lost it again.
C2E2 Con in Chicago. I'm not aware of that. It's comic and pop culture.
Really?
Huh.
When is
I
that?
just found out there's a Columbia, Missouri video game convention. It was a few months ago. What's it called? The
C2E2.
I think it's called something like CoMo Con or.
There it is, Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo.
Huh. That would actually be fun to go to.
The inaugural event was held April 16th through the 18th, 2010 at McCormick Place. That's where Jeff and I were.
So we can't get to Misso. I wonder if she could get here. I wonder if it's
could.
possible to travel from the spot that we can't get to here. I don't know.
Let me see what this is. It's because Jeff, you and I ought to try to do this.
GameStop has a buy one get one Switch sale this week. Really?
What?
Six Flags is in Gurnee.
Yeah, Gurnee.
County. There you go. Six Flags.
Yeah. Now, who is that?
What's that?
Who's by Gurnee? Oh, is Back from the Dead from that area? Lake County?
Yeah, because he said he works in Lake County. I think he said that, right?
Okay, so I was... Okay, no. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Lake County. Okay, so it's north. It's right up there. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong damn thing.
Little Caesars. Man, there aren't many Little Caesars left in town either, are there? We used to have a bunch.
We used to have one by us, but it closed. Yeah.
We don't have any by us, which is really weird.
Which I don't go there anyway. But
no,
I
it's my favorite pizza, but
yeah,
when you can get like two for $5 or $10 or whatever, it's handy when you got no money.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I'd almost rather just go to Aldi and buy their deli pizza that you bake yourself.
My God, man, chat is on fire. I'm still trying to catch up. Started.
I know, right? Well, and it doesn't help that I can't do it.
He started in '83 as a bagger at National.
Oh, wow. So did I ever tell you about my buddy Steve? We call him B because my brother's name is Steve. So to make the difference. And he used to work as a stock person at our local grocery store back home. And then they said, oh, we want everybody to start wearing ties. And he's like, I hate ties. And you're doing stock work. So every time you lean over, ties flipping out. Who wants to do that?
You got to tuck it into the shirt like the Knack did.
Right, exactly. Right. So what did he do? He went out and bought the most annoying ties. He bought the ones that look like a fish. He had a big, wide fish tie. And
you should get one of those British school ties that are like this long. You ever seen them?
Yes, right.
They're really short.
Yep.
Mike Garcia. What do you guys think of Amico Home? I heard it. I heard about it. I don't understand it. I have no clue if it's good or bad because I don't know how it's going to work. You guys aren't burnt out by television entertainment, I hope.
No.
I don't care.
I mean,
if that stuff comes out, it comes out. But I
right.
mean, meanwhile, I've been playing just regular television.
Exactly,
The old
right.
school stuff.
And they've got all those new, the new games that are coming out for that stuff,
How about this? Miss So and Back from the Dead are in the same area. That's pretty cool.
Well, I know. That's what I was like, well, they must be right there by each other then. So
I thought Manscapes is for the nether regions.
yeah,
I think so, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Look up Six Flags Great American Illinois.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been to that one. I went there before it was I've been there since it's been Six Flags, but I was there when it was just great. It was something, what was it called? It was just Marriott's. It was Marriott's Great America.
Poor Stashnet. She goes, I'm in the Boston area. Never heard of any of these stores.
She's like, I'm so far removed. Damn
so Stashnet, what are some names of grocery stores in Boston?
Yeah, what's your normal one?
I spent 2 weeks there once, a long time ago.
I've never been there. Yeah,
it was a great town. I loved it.
I tell you what, I love roller coasters now. But I was going to go on what they called the American Eagle there when it was Marriott's Great America. And I waited in line. I got all the way to the top and I'm like, I can't do this. And I walked off with my brother, my oldest brother, and my dad got on the ride. But then here we are at our Six Flags. This is decades later. And we go to ours and Mr. Freeze is there. And that's when they still had the cushions on the side. And my same brother hops in the seat next to me. And just for fun, I run my head back and forth. I go, oh, I can't move my head. And he goes, oh, no, I got to get off. And we had to get off the ride because it freaked him out. I'm like, damn it, if I'd just shut my damn mouth.
Hey, Lance Jennings has Aldi's out there in California.
Aldi's are everywhere. I was in the Netherlands, had to get cookie ingredients. And I was out for a walk, and there was an Aldi. I'm like, I feel like I'm at home all of a sudden.
Did you say nether regions? Wait, what was this?
Save-A-Lot makes you take home groceries in discard stock boxes here.
Yeah, that's like Aldi's. They have
you can do that at Aldi's
in a box.
And we're the home of Save-A-Lot here. So
yeah, my dad's wanting to confront the meat manager over hamburger. He buys at Schnucks. Is this?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Even sometimes it goes bad before the date. I'm like, what is happening over there at Schnucks?
Well, you know what's
Fast Eddie's at 2,600. Yeah, it is. I do remember that.
Sorry, I'll stop rambling. No, it's fine. I love hearing about it, especially
it's
when
grocery store night, Miss So.
That's right. You're right in line. You are right on the mark.
You get to pay for your grocery bags? Those little plastic ones?
We have, yeah. Well, yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, we do have to pay for our bags at Aldi, but you don't at Trader Joe's. You don't at Schnucks or Deerberg's. I'm not a Deerberg's fan. I don't know. I just don't get it.
I like the store, but at least the one by us is kind of pricey.
That's my point. And when I was trying to buy for the family, they just didn't seem to have all the family items for the kids. I didn't seem to find.
Batavia is near St. Charles, Illinois. Isn't St. Charles, Illinois close to Alton?
No, it's close to Chicago. It's where they have concerts and stuff. I've been there before to see concerts.
I thought there was a St. Charles, Illinois not far from us.
Not that I know. The only St. Charles, Illinois I know is by Chicago.
Let me see here.
Because they have great concerts there. I think that's where I saw Gigantour years ago. God, that was when, that was almost half of Logan's life away. It was actually more than that. But I got in, we had passes or tickets. We had tickets through Symphony X. And then we saw Symphony X. And then I talked to the guy at the gate that went backstage. And I said, hey, we're here with Symphony X. We don't have any passes, but I just wanted to see if I can get a hold of my buddy Mike back there, if I could find him and say thank you. And he's like, yeah, go ahead. And that's when Logan looked at me back there. He goes, why did he let us in? We don't have passes. I'm like, well, I was just cool with the guy. And
Lance was at Fast Eddie's. Too bad, Lance, you don't come out here anymore.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Yeah. Actually, that's where Fastway got their name, was Fast Eddie Clark and Pete Way.
You no longer have grocery bags?
You can't get them. You have to bring your own. Wow. No, I think it's great too, Pete.
I don't like it at all. I like the little plastic ones because I use it to carry my lunch, and I put it in the little trash can in the bathroom.
Some people
very nice. It's got handles. Just pick it up and go.
Yeah, right. Wow. I mean, that's interesting, though.
Man, I haven't played Power Pros 2008 in a long time.
Oh, man. Is your new Switch Power Pros playable, Jeff? Is it in Japanese only?
Oh, you talking about the one from the pickup? The Kun R? Yeah, all Japanese games can play on the American Switches or North American Switches. You got to get used to the menu. I haven't tried that one yet, but I used to play. I had a few Japanese baseball games, and it takes a while to figure the menus out. With Power Pros, they'll usually have a RPG mode or story mode, and you can forget that. That's impossible unless you read Japanese.
You would think so. Really, it's good. I didn't like the idea, but after a year, it's a big deal, and there's no plastic bags floating around. Thank you. I mean, especially now that the pandemic happened, all you find are a bunch of masks floating around everywhere. I just saw a mask hanging in a bush yesterday while I went over to the corporate office. I'm like, son of a bitch. And nobody wants to touch them. That's the worst part about some of the trash like that. Nobody's going to pick it up.
Exactly. No one's touching that thing.
I'm like, ugh. Bags are available at grocery stores for 10 cents. Wow. And it's recommended to bring your own bag. Well, yeah, I'd recommend it to myself. Papa P, we have 2 Market Basket stores. Market Basket in Illinois.
I didn't know that, Kurt.
Edwardsville. Market Basket.
Can I edit Mark McGuire's age to keep him playing? No, I didn't know. I was never a big Mark McGuire fan. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, 98 was cool with the 70 home runs. I was there to see 69-70 on the last day.
Oh, that was cool.
And before that, we went to see the Rams play the Arizona Cardinals. And then we walked over to the stadium and Stop and Shop.
Whole Foods, Trader Joe's. Some people call that whole paycheck.
How is it so hot out in the Portland area? What is going on over there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yesterday it was like in the 70s, wasn't it? It was great.
Yeah, I have a coworker whose boyfriend is over in the Middle East, and he's. She said it's over 100 degrees, and then it says it's this much, and it's like 127 degrees.
Man, look at all these grocery stores in LA.
Ralph's, Albertsons, Vons, Stater Brothers, Aldi, Walmart, Neighborhood Market, and Walmart Neighborhood Market. That is. They had a Walmart Express down in Springfield. Started like that too here. People used to bitch about paying. Then it just became law. No plastic.
You can't legally have a plastic bag anywhere. Interesting.
They also have BJ's and Costco's. Yep, for warehouse style bulk. Yeah, I don't know what BJ's is. Food shopping for membership. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we some German friends. They said in Germany there's an Aldi's North and a South. They're a little bit different.
Yeah. Interesting.
I do all the grocery shopping. I use Instacart too, but I do go and I've never paid for a bag in my life. I don't even know where you pay for a bag here in St. Louis. It's not at Schnucks. It's not at Deerberg's. Not at Aldi's. Well, Aldi's doesn't have bags. They just put it in the grocery cart and go.
I take my bags a lot. I try to take my bags. Lately though, I've been doing some different moving and things like that. So I haven't had the bags in the car. I got a whole plastic bin in which I keep everything that I should need. I finally bought No Man's Sky for the Switch.
Oh, I heard that's pretty good. It looks pretty neat.
What's the deal behind that game? What are you doing?
Well, I think it's a huge game where I think you're going from like planet to planet, I believe. Is that right?
Oh, wow. Like Interplanet Janet?
Exactly. You got all these Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco, Meijer, Jewel, Costco, and Piggly Wiggly. Gotta love Piggly Wiggly.
Yep. Myers. The store I never did say it. Hy-Vee is another store that I really like.
Oh yeah, I've been there. I like it too. HEB, I like that.
Yep.
Amazon's open grocery stores near downtown LA. Interesting.
Oh my God.
All these charges for bags. I didn't know they had bags.
Yeah, they're down below.
I only buy a few things, I just carry it out, or I just put it in the cart. I didn't even know they had bags.
Yeah, they're down below. You can either get a plastic. Well, yeah, they've had 3 different kinds. You get the paper, you can get a plastic, or you can get you could get a canvas bag, or you can get a thermal bag.
Joey Vibes is here.
Joey Vibes.
I love that avatar. It's very nice.
Yeah, I know. I loved seeing that again. That's great. Instead of using all those shopping bags for little jobs like garbage and lunches and cats and whatever, you buy a box of cheap, small garbage bags. Yeah, right. Less than they charge for their garbage bag or their grocery bag. Yeah.
I didn't know this. Some stores take off money if you bring your own bags.
Well, what the hell's that all about? Why aren't I getting that? I need that. I bring my bags. Edwardsville has 10 cents bags fee for any store that uses them in the city limits.
Interesting. Had no idea.
Jeff,
are you doing a recharge special this week? Does it include that new? Yeah. Oh, I completely forgot about JWD. Yes, tomorrow night, same time as the show. Today, doing Atari Recharge. It is every recharge game, all 8. Plus, I have the original Missile Command. They redid it to make it like the newer recharge game. So I have both of those. I'll play the first one briefly. It's nowhere near as good as the new one. And yes, I will be playing Quantum, which is a new one that launches tomorrow.
Fantastic.
So there'll be a lot of recharge, and they're all
got
good.
A lot going on in the chat still, and it's 6 minutes past.
Oh my God! Yeah, I'm trying to catch up here.
In Television Atlantis Challenge.
I forget my bag once in a while, but I go through self checkout and don't charge myself for a bag. That's the way to go.
Well, and how about that now? They have self checkout at Aldi.
Yeah, don't even charge yourself for the food. Just go. That's like a space version of Subnautica. Talking about No Man's Sky.
Cool.
Target takes 5 cents off your bill for each reusable bag you bring and use.
Well, that's cool. Missile Command is not a substitute for Atlantis. This is true. Still remains true. I like this TikTok challenge of people putting cats in dryers. Whoa.
What
the fuck is that about?
And turning them on? I mean, that's not even legal. You can't. That's like
it's
torture.
I mean, it's cruel. What if somebody put you in one?
Joey Vibes got locked in a bathroom today. Well, that stinks.
Oh. Well, at least those don't spin. Well, unless you're in the toilet.
Locked, jammed. You didn't have to crawl out under the walls, did you? Because
so like it was in a stall and it got locked, or were you in a bathroom and the door was stuck? There was a difference.
You used to give a dime or quarter or something when you brought your own bags there.
See, at Aldi, you use a quarter to get a cart. So
yeah,
that's your rental.
I always like the awkward moment when you're putting a cart back or someone else is, and you try to do the old, hey, here's a quarter. Can I just take your cart?
The best one is when you get a cart that's already in the parking lot that somebody's just let it. And so you either can be an ass about it and take the quarter later, or you can just give it to somebody and just go, nope, don't worry about it.
How do you feel about all the self-checkout? I like them.
Yeah,
but yeah, if I've got a ton of stuff, I'm not going through that. I'm making the cashier.
Yeah, I still do like talking to people though. I mean, I have great conversations with those people when I'm going through. It's just nice to say, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a good day, or whatever. Your hair looks nice, or whatever.
Okay, they don't turn them on, but it trains the cat to get in unattended, so accidents might happen. What? That's weird. What is wrong?
If you're going to take all that time, just teach them to shit in the toilet. If you're going to train them something, tell them to shit in the toilet. That saves you all the money on all the cat litter.
I had a friend that liked to get into dryers in college. Drunk, of course. Beavis and Butthead shopping cart episode. I don't think I've seen. Is that an old one or the new version?
Yeah, that's true. Is it the new or old?
Miss So far, the recharge version of Asteroids is my favorite.
Oh yeah.
You know, the one thing I don't like about Asteroids Recharged is the sound effect when you blow up an asteroid on the arcade game, or you would hear it was like an explosion. It was really cool. It was like a deep bass sound too.
Yeah.
But this new one, when you hit an asteroid, it goes. I'm like, what is
no?
That? Like, no, it should be a loud sound.
But see, out in space, no one can hear you scream.
These are the same people who ate Tide Pods. You're correct, Pete.
I had a student come in last night and they said, yeah, like that Alien movie when they said nobody can hear you scream in space. But, you know, I mean, what about nobody can hear you whisper in space or any of that? I said, oh, so you want them to do a list? No one can hear you whisper, fart, sneeze.
Taking away taking away local jobs. That's a good point, Lance. I didn't think about that.
Well, I know that's you know. I mean, I get it though, because then this dude talks to
move on, dude. Can we get someone to remove the man in aisle 10, please?
Guest removal in aisle 3, please. Guest removal in aisle 3.
I have a very important.
Hi, still hi.
National had quarter carts. I didn't know that, Kurt.
Hannah made us dinner.
Oh.
We have chicken marsala.
Oh, we have our neighbor made us dinner.
Ooh, nice.
Tikka.
And yeah, they're East Indian, and she made us some chicken marsala.
Ooh, I love Indian food.
Chicken tikka biryani.
Chicken.
Oh, biryani is delicious. Nathan makes that sometimes.
Moses said they will like it too. You should give them both. And it's hot out of the oven. She just made it. It's a very important update. You must have.
Here's the real bitchin' thing: is that I've got garlic naan in the freezer.
Well, she said, I will go buy naan tomorrow and bring it to you. I go, you will not.
Oh, she's so sweet.
She is 3 weeks from giving birth, and she's giving us dinner.
Roger. Yeah, that's wow.
Yeah, Mancha said the same thing about that. That's a good point.
I don't like going through self-checkout because someone is yeah, right. Yeah, see, so
Miss So doesn't like bagging. I don't mind bagging.
I don't either.
Tetris. You got to fit it all in just right.
Right. You know, you don't have to worry about somebody putting it in wrong.
Naan with extra sriracha.
Oh, naan with extra
sriracha.
Our
oldest son makes great Indian food. I mean, it's really good. He does biryani a lot. And it takes him a long time to do this because it's not an easy process. And man, it's really good.
You know, I wonder, I got to go down the street here and see if our Indian place still does their buffet there because I'm off on Friday and maybe I would go there for lunch.
I don't know if any. Yeah, check. Let me know if they do because I don't know of any Indian restaurants in St. Louis that have buffets anymore. COVID killed them. Yeah. There might be some. There's none around us, like our favorite place, Saffron. I haven't been there in a few months, but they have not gone back, and I don't know why. Because
then for you and for myself, I'll double check the two places that we have because. You know, it was a north and south thing. I'll have to ask our neighbors about it because we had friends at church who moved, but he told me that there's north and south. One is spicy and one is not. So I forget which is which, but we have that here. We have India Palace and we have the other one that's here. And one is spicy and one is not. India Palace is not, and the other one is. Priya is the other one, I think. Yeah, Priya. Anyway, they're spicy. So I'll see if they have a buffet too, because they had one there. So Masters.
I love Indian buffets, but man, they just.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. Pete was saying that Masters of the Universe game was good.
Oh yeah, it's pretty fun on television.
Yeah. Go to stores to buy groceries, not scan and bag my items for free. Discount it. Well, and Aldi is like that. I mean, it's less expensive. Plus, you know, I shop around for stuff. Like I just went to their sister company, Trader Joe's, and I buy my milk there because it's a better product and it's $2.99.
JWD, I haven't heard of that game. It's Flynn's Arcade. They're publishers, but I love the games they publish. So I'm gonna check that out. Oh, by the way, on the Switch, Samba Domingo just came. Didn't just come out. It's coming out for the Switch. It was a maracas game on the Dreamcast. You had the maracas, and you had the sensor thing down there. But there's a demo out right now on the Switch, so you can try it out to see if you like it. Yeah,
I do too.
Celia makes really good non-pizza.
They are great. It's great for a party night when you have people over and people can just make whatever they want. You know, it's a great thing to do. To just throw those out there and makes a little nice little pizza.
Stuart, since you're off Friday, drive up and visit the flea market.
Oh, dude, I would love to do that.
Well,
if I had a bullet train, I'd be there.
I'm off tomorrow. I might come up there and help you set up, Pete.
We'll just tag team. We'll tag in and out.
Kurt's got both Masters of the Universe complete in box for both Intellivision and Atari with the comic books. Jeez.
Wow. I leave with toys. Amen. Amen. I always go up and that's where I bought those little handheld units for you guys that had Burger Time and all that on it. I found those at Aldi.
Oh, that's cool. We're 16 minutes late, but we finally caught up in chat. Whew. That was chat was hopping.
That was outstanding. And you know, we're still missing some of our good friends out there. You know, I want to make mention of everybody who popped in tonight. Miss So, never be afraid to keep on chatting about whatever you got going on because we love it. And everybody who showed up tonight, it's great. We missed having some of our friends out there. We didn't have JD, wasn't with us tonight.
Wait, Miss So, were you the one that got us talking about grocery stores?
What's that?
Was Miss So the one that got us talking about grocery stores?
I don't think so.
How did we get into that?
We were there, and then she showed up. But there was somebody else I was saying that wasn't here tonight. Dang it! Now I'm not happy that I can't think of it because then
I know Eep hasn't been here in a while. I think
I think he got exactly.
I think he changed jobs or his hours changed, so now he can't.
Okay, because I saw somebody say Eek, and that made me think of Eep, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen Eep.
Casey was here before you got here, Salvatore, and he had to leave.
Yeah.
Because he was bothering his in-laws because he was having dinner and watching GoGameGo.
So no, I was not the grocery store origin story.
Yeah, he said they told him to turn it off, and I told him to tell them he's watching Papa Pete. So now Casey's in-laws hate Papa Pete. They're still okay with GoGameGo though.
The one night you don't blame it on the bass player, you blame it on Pete. Just drop it on Pete.
No, you were not the grocery store.
Right. She just popped in and made it even more awesome. So we appreciate that. So next time you're at a store you're visiting, be sure and take some notes, take a recorder with you, and figure out what you like about them. But it is funny though when you go to you visit other stores and they've got things that you like, and you go back and you're like, I'm going to go there because I like that. But yeah.
All right, I think we're out of here, man. We're really late.
We are. We got to go. I got to. I guess I got to go get some food.
Yeah. Wait. So CC Mental wrote, where the heck did it go? Wait, why is it gone?
Oh, I don't know. Did she get booted out? Yeah.
My chat in StreamYard isn't. It's like way off from.
Oh.
I can't post anything now. That's weird.
That is weird.
All right, so I was going to post because CC Mental said I try to do other things when I go to my mother-in-law's too, because my mom's watching. And then Pete said, "Did you see that June bug?" That's weird. It just stopped update. Oh, I don't know why it stopped updating. That's weird. Huh. All right. Oh, and yeah, join me tomorrow night at 7 Central, same time as this show. I'll be doing all the recharge games. Hopefully my computer doesn't crash because I've been having problems with OBS lately. If you watched Pete shows yesterday, I had to restart like 3 times.
Damn.
So hopefully it all works out.
Okay.
All right. We're done, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate everyone in chat.
Always. Always.
See
ya.
ya. See you tomorrow night.